And in France, 8 suspects went on trial today for their role in the 2016 terror attack in Nice. 86 people were killed and hundreds more injured when a radical Islamist drove a truck through a crowd as they celebrated France's National Day, Bastille Day. DW spoke to a survivor of the attack.
The Promenade des Anglais, a spot of earthly paradise, turned hell on the 14th of July 2016. Patrick Prigent, a municipal police officer who was off duty that day, narrowly escaped the attacker.
I happened to be under a pergola, which was too low for the truck to drive through. Over there were a few palm trees, which were also in its way. I was somehow in a safe zone. I followed the truck's path. Everybody on my left had been killed. Some people were as flat as my 2 hands together. It was unbearable. My brain blanked out people's cries and the smell of the blood. It put me into a protective bubble. Death had driven past me without seeing me.
That night, a 31-year-old Tunisian attacker killed 86 people and injured more than 400. Once the truck had stopped, Officer Prigent went down to the beach to look for some friends he'd been with earlier. He eventually found them. They were also unharmed, physically, that is.
Since then, I wonder why I am alive and not dead like the others. I feel guilty about it. That makes life a struggle. I feel I have to be thankful for every additional day. In my job as a municipal police officer, I can't go on patrol anymore. I can only do office work. The slightest sound, such as a skateboarder behind me, makes me panic. I've become hypersensitive. It's as if there were a snake inside me, which sometimes bites me and makes me cry.
Prigent says commemorative ceremonies and statues to remember the victims like this one help him feel less alone with the pain. And the upcoming trial could be important for his healing process. He's one of roughly 900 civil plaintiffs.
I want answers. For example, to the question what the attacker did when he went off radar earlier that day for half an hour. I need to know that to build my personal resilience. And I expect the judges to condemn these people in a fair way for what they've done. The trial is also a place for us victims to tell our side of the story and what we had to go through. It'll be another chapter on the way to healing.
Officer Prigent says he'll never be able to leave behind the dreadful memories of what happened that night. But he's determined the horror won't take the sparkle from his life.
Our correspondent Lisa Lewis, who filed that report, has been following the trial in Paris, and she sent us this assessment.
On the 14th of July 2016, a 31-year-old Tunisian man drove a truck into a crowd in the southern city of Nice, killing 86 people and injuring hundreds more within just a few minutes. The attacker was killed by police that night. But now, 7 men and 1 woman are facing justice here in Paris for allegedly having directly or indirectly helped the assailant prepare the attack. And this trial is crucial for survivors, as some of them have been telling us. Civil plaintiffs are hoping it'll help them better understand how such an attack could happen and find some peace of mind after having survived the atrocious assault and having lost their loved ones.